Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Saisha's Tech. This is Amok Kaliwa. In the last video, we understood the introduction of RStudio. In today's video, we will understand the basics of R concepts and data types in R. Let me share my screen and walk you through the basics of R. Before I start with R basics, let me provide you two shortcut keys which can help you to run the commands and clear console. That is, Ctrl plus Enter helps you to execute current line in the editor, and similarly Ctrl plus L clears the console. RM function helps to clear environment variables. In line 2, RM function is selecting all the matrix, data frame, list, values, variables in the environment and clearing the workspace. Set working directory helps you to locate or navigate the working directory for R functions and data load. Now let us understand basic R operations which are similar to calculator. R can perform addition, multiplication, division, subtraction and many more. Now let us execute commands and observe output. The addition of 2 plus 2 is 4. Here when we execute the command, we observe the output. For power, we utilize raise symbol as shown here. We can also multiply, divide in R. Now, if we use brackets, then R utilizes BODMAS rule. BODMAS rule means brackets of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. Here, if we compare with the previous functions, the value in the brackets are executed first and then power is calculated on that value. Square root is another function which provides the square of the value. As we observe, the square root of 2 is 1.414, square root of 5 is 2.23 and square root of 25 is 5. Log is another function which provides logarithmic value using the base like 10, 2, etc. Here, the log of 2 to the base 10 is 0.30103 and log of 2 to the base 2 is 1. Now let us assign values to variables and utilize them for further calculation. Here in example, x is equal to 5, y is equal to 10. We can assign values by equal to sign or using arrow mark. The operation performed from the two variables can be stored in another variable. Example, the addition of x and y can be stored in z. Similarly, we are assigning values of 25, 10 and 2 to a, b and c. The operations performed on a, b and c are stored in d. We can change the values of d in the subsequent line of execution as displayed in the console. You can observe the values of d are changing after the subsequent execution of lines. You can also display the values in the console by direct operations on the variables like d plus 1, that is 70 plus 1, 71. We have functions like sequence which helps to create a vector of sequence values from a number to a number which can be incremented by a value. In this example, you can observe we are creating a sequence from 1 to 5 by an increment of 0.5. Similarly, we have function to create sequence of dates. Here we are creating a sequence of dates from today's date to today's plus 10 dates by incrementing 1 day at a time. System.time function provides us today's date and time. We have another function to extract month from the date. In the example, we are extracting the current month with and without abbreviations. We have a function called rep This function helps us to repeat numbers for few times. In example, we are repeating 1 and 2, 10 and 5 times and combining both the output to another vector. These are some of the basic mathematical operations which can be performed in R.
Now let us study some of the data types and data modes which are present in R. There are different data modes in R: numeric, factor, character, integer, logical, and date. Numeric data mode can store decimal type of values. Example: 23.5, 52.6, etc. The next data mode is factor. Factor contains different levels. Example: different age groups of life, adult, infant, etc. Each level in a factor is a character. Similarly, integer. Integer can store whole numbers like 10, 20, 30, etc. Logical. Logical are true and false. Similarly, another data mode is date, where you can store the values in year, month, day, hour, minute, seconds, milliseconds, etc. These are the different data modes of R. As we have learned the different data modes, now let us learn the different data types which are present in R. List, nested list, matrix, and data frame. List is an accumulation of number of observations or rows. You can store any one type of data mode in a list. Example: you can store a column with a number of observations as numeric data or integer data, factor data, or date type. So it is accumulation of many observations. Similarly, nested list is an accumulation of different lists, where you can store number of different types of data modes in single list and combine them into multiple lists. The third data type is matrix, and matrix is a combination of different columns and observations. Similarly, we have data frame. Data frame also has different number of columns and observations. Now, the main difference between the matrix and the data frame is matrix can store any one of the data modes, whereas data frame can store column wise all the data modes. Example: it can store in one column age of the people, in another column it can store the logical values, in the third column it can store date values, and so on. Now let us understand the practical approach through RStudio.
Let us understand the implementation of practical approach of different data types like vectors, matrices, data frame, etc. Here, vector 1 represents numeric vector and vector 2 character vector. We can understand some of the basic information data frames using str and length function. Str provides us structure of each attributes in data frame or structure of columns in vector. Similarly, length provides the number of values in vector and number of columns present in data frame. V3 represents logical vector. In line 21, we are creating a data frame with numeric, character, and logical vector columns. We can understand data frame by structure and length function. Here, structure provides us each column data mode and length provides us the number of columns in the data frame. we have two functions, column bind and row bind. Column bind function combines vectors by column. Similarly, row bind function combines vectors by rows. As you can see, C data frame provides us column bind and D data frame provides us row bind. In line 34, we are creating matrix of 4 numbers by 2 rows and 2 columns. Similarly, we are creating n matrix with 3 rows and 3 columns. Function names provides us column headers. We can also rename the headers of a single column as shown in line number 43. We can also rename the whole data frame as shown in line 46. We have changed the column names from vector 1, vector 2, vector 3 to ID, name and selected. We can define functions in R. The function fn represents the summation of all the numeric values of any vectors. Here v1 and v2 are two numeric vectors. In line 62, we are adding all the values of vector 1 and assigning the summation value to A. Similarly, we are displaying the summation of vector 2 in console directly. These are some of the practical applications of data types and function definitions in R.
If you like my video, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you. Have a great day.